Everyone, my name is Solomon Mwije, the academic consultant with Harvey Travel Uganda, and I am back. So for those that we are working together already, please know that I'm available. Those who want to make new consultations, I'm available. Any consultations regarding academics, if you want to go study abroad in Europe, in USA, in Canada, Australia, anywhere you want to go for your studies, we are available at Harvey. We can support you with a consultation, but also help you through the whole process for your applications for both programs that you want to go for, but also visa processes. So I would like to talk about a few things regarding what you can do, what you should not do, what is necessary for your applications and other documentations. This is the window for applications. So the window for application, especially those who want to go for scholarships. This is the window. Normally it opens October until mid-December. So if you are available and you want to apply for spring next year, but also fall, especially fall next year, please avail yourself and we can do the consultations and help you with that process. So this is the time. The time is now for you to do those applications. We already have started identifying the places for you to go to across the world. And so it's just a matter of you coming and telling us, okay, this is where I want to go, and then we can tell you which programs are there, which universities can work for you. So that is what we do here in this particular office at Harvey. Maybe for PhDs, as you already know that most of the PhDs have hours fully funded. If you really need scholarship, the scholarships for PhDs are always fully funded, whether in the US, but of course in the US, the full funding comes with everything. But in private universities in the US, you may not get full fund, you may get partial funding. But for public universities, most of them will have such. But of course, again, for you to be able to get in the process and get familiar with the faculties and professors you want to work with, we normally recommend that you look out for the professors that match your profile for your research that you want to apply for as a PhD candidate or student. So as a PhD applicant, you may need to know the research area you want to go for, because that will help you to identify the professors that have projects related to yours. Now this is specifically for PhD, because in some cases, some universities may ask you for a research concept or a short research proposal that you may need to submit. So this is very, very important. In others, they will ask you for a short write-up, either an essay that you did at master's, or if you have published, those would really give credibility to your profile as someone who has potential for a PhD. And if you have also been practicing in community engagement and so on and so forth. So you need this for PhD. So in addition to your research profiling, you also, of course, to add other requirements, and these may include, of course, a personal statement where you can talk about who you are, your background, and why you're interested in that particular program, and which, for instance, professors you want to work with. And it is in this motivation or personal statement that you may want to highlight those professors that you have identified, because if when they are reading through this and they see that you have already looked through their backgrounds and you know which professors you want to work with, it becomes a little bit easier for you to connect with them. So it's very, very important that first things first, get to know your research profiling, get to know your research background, what are you interested in, and which professors, in particular universities, have a matching profile. So very, very important. In addition to the personal statement, or others will call it a motivation later, you will of course be needed at PhD level. Some universities will need GRE, but after COVID-19, most of them were put a waiver on GRE. So you'll find that some require, they don't require it. But in most cases, when you are applying for the STEM courses, STEM-related programs, there you may need to do GRE. The second test that you may need to take is the English tests, which are recommended. Of course, some universities will waiver English for Uganda, since they know your education system here is conducted through English. So you may need to not worry about these tests. But these are also doable. You can do them. And when you come to Harvey, we'll already tell you which agencies or which tests may actually amplify your opportunities to be admitted. So we've so far talked about the application. We've talked about the GRE. We have talked about the English test. So they will also, of course, you'll be required to get recommendation letters. Some universities may require you to submit recommendations while applying. Others will require you to submit the emails or contact for your professors or recommenders. And after application, the university, the admissions office at the other university will forward the request for recommendation directly to your professors. In most cases, please try to use emails for professors. The emails that you use for those professors should be institutional emails, not personal emails, because when you send, when you include institutional emails within your application, that also gives credibility on the professor that you are using as your recommender. So very, very important that you consider that. So have your documents ready. Some universities will ask for certified documents. Others will say, okay, just submit the papers, and then as soon as you get admitted, then they require you to submit other official documents. So that is also very important that you need to know. You also, of course, other things that you may need to know is if you have written something, or in addition to your transcripts. Others may need evaluation report, and others, of course, consider also looking into universities that match with your academic performance. The better the university, the more competition and less chances if your academic performance is really low. So at Harvey, we would also help you to look into which universities can really match with your grades, so that you can at least have more chances of getting in. Please also consider that when they are doing selection, in the selection criteria, they normally include also other factors, especially, for instance, demographic factors. Gender issues also matter for some projects. Your geographical location, where you stay, your experience in research, especially in the area where you're applying for. All these are really, really considered. And so it is very important. But maybe something that I forgot is that about the English test. If they waiver, others will say that, okay, submit just a proof that your things were taught in English. That's where you go back to the institution where you studied from. Just ask for a letter from the academic registrar to give you that particular letter. The other things, of course, after completing the application form and you submit, they will now send you an email whether you have been admitted or not admitted, and the deadlines are always there. If you applied for a scholarship, they will always tell you whether you have been admitted with a scholarship, fully funded, or partial scholarship, or not admitted. All those are possible results. So it's very, very important. So when you come to Harvey, we look into all these papers. We do paperwork and support you to see that at least you are submitting a file which is really strong and gives you a competitive advantage with others. Remember, you are not the only one. You are applying with people from across the world. They all want that position that you want to take. So it's very important for that. Now that is for the case of USA, Canada, and Australia and others.